Se preparó, se puso linda, su amiga llamaba. Salió de rumba, nada le importó, porque su novio ella le engañó.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited. So long time no talk. So obviously everybody kind of knows what's happening with this virus. So I have been super crazy trying to get as much clients in as I possibly can before, I don't know, I feel like the government is going to shut us down. So I've been super busy with work and everything, but I had today off because I was feeling a little bit under the weather. I just have really bad allergies right now, so I just stayed home today to try to get it all taken care of, but I thought I would film a video for you guys. So today's video is going to be something that I haven't really done, but I think this video will be really helpful for other professionals out here in the industry that are trying to get some ideas when it comes to formulation and all of that good stuff. I'm going to be kind of showing you guys my transformations of what I've done on clients and kind of how I was able to achieve this look and everything like that. So I thought this would be really fun. I'm going to be showing you guys 3 different transformations in this video where I'm going to pretty much tell you guys the formulation and everything like that so that you guys can hopefully use this on your clients and in your salon or wherever you're at. So the first thing that I'm going to be showing you, I'm going to have a picture right here where I'm going to be showing you guys, some of these do have a before and after, so we can kind of talk about it. So the first one that I'm going to be talking about is this one, and then the after. So pretty much what I ended up doing with hers is, because I feel like a lot of the time people have a grown-up balayage, so that's pretty much the situation with hers, was that hers was grown out. And when I see stuff like that, it's very easy for me to just go ahead and, you know, get it all to be very light blonde. So she wanted to be pretty solid. She really didn't want too much of like brown pieces, like dimension, just different tones of blonde in her hair. So that's what I went ahead and did. So I went ahead and I did my this is pretty much the technique that I always use. I do baby lights and I tease. So I baby light and tease pretty much the whole section, and I go all the way up. Once I get into her crown section, back here is where I do very heavy baby lights. And then once I work on the 2 front panels, I also do baby lights going at an angle. So that's what I used technique with her. Came to root shade, I didn't do anything too crazy. I just did a 5N. I actually used the Pravana Chromo Silk line, and I love their colors. I think they're so nice and they last a very long time. So I went ahead and used that for her root shade. And as for her toner, I went ahead and I was able to get her to about a level 8 or 9. So I did a lot of NAs, Ps, Vs, Ts. I put a little T in there. And yeah, so within those levels, 8 and 9 levels. I was a little bit of 7 depending on what it was, if they didn't have it for 8. And normally what I use for toners, I go ahead and I use Redken EQ shades. They are my absolute favorite for toning the hair, and I just love the way that it looks. So hers was pretty easy. Now an estimated time for this look, I say it takes, depending how fast you are, it took me 4 hours. I know some people this will take 5 hours, or some people can do it faster and it'll only take them 3, but that's just me. So yeah, it took me about 4 hours to do this look, and she loved it. It was so easy to me. It was just I love when they come in with a grown-up balayage. It just makes the lightening process so much easier because they're already at a light level, so to get them lighter is not that difficult. Not like they were coming in with really dark level 1 or 2 hair. So this was pretty easy to get her to be a level 8, 9. The next transformation I'm going to be showing you guys is this one, which is here. It actually got a lot of likes on my Instagram, which I was so shook about, so I wanted to go ahead and explain to you guys her process. And unfortunately, I do not have a before picture for hers, but I am going to pretty much explain to you guys. She pretty much came in with a grown out pre-lightened balayage. I had lightened her hair. So when she came in, she was probably a level 8, 9, and it was just grown out. She had about, I would say, about 2 inches of new growth coming out, and her natural level was probably probably like a level 2, 3. So she was around there. She had a pretty natural dark root. So when she showed me the picture, she just showed me a picture of just a lot of like low lights and dark tones and stuff. So when she originally came into me, she had her hair previously lightened with somebody else, but they had only done a partial. So she had still a little bit dimension underneath once I did go in and baby light it. But she was wanting to go on to the dark side. So this was a pretty easy transition. So all I did was a partial on her since she still had that low light dimensional look underneath. On top, I just needed to add that back in. So on top, all I did was a partial. I did some low lights. I probably did only about 10 foils of low lights, and the color that I used to do the low lights was a 5N from the Pravana Chromo Silk Light. I just did a partial on her and just put a bunch of little foils in her hair, and it was super, super easy. It was a really easy thing to do. It like took me only like 20 minutes to put those foils in, and I just baby lighted everything to put those low lights in there. Once I got to that, we finally rinsed it out, and then we just did a root shade and a toner. So for her root shade, I went in and just used a 4N, and I brushed it down to kind of give her a low root, to kind of look more like the picture that she showed me that she wanted, which I will also insert. And for toning, it was super easy. I just went ahead and used a 7NA and a 7V from the Redken EQ shades, and I just went ahead and I toned her down a bit because, like I said, she was a higher level, and I went ahead and put that a little bit of dimension and low lights and kind of that smoky, ashy tones that she really, really wanted. I estimated it only took me about 2 hours to do, so it's actually very quick and fast process. Okay, so I'm back. My camera was overheating, or my battery was dying, so I had to do a new battery. I'm gonna talk about the last and final transformation. So the next transformation is this one, and then everybody saw the before, which I will put them here. So everybody was so shook. This actually had the most likes on a hair picture that I have ever had on Instagram, ever. And I was actually really proud of this. She came in, as you guys can see, this was her before. So she came in and she had it previously lightened. So she was pretty light, I would say. She was like a level 9-ish. In the picture, it looks kind of warm and it looks kind of like dark, but like trust me, in person it was a level 9. And she actually tried to highlight it and foil it herself, which of course, as a professional, I don't ever recommend to ever do that, but she tried to do it. She said obviously like it didn't work out for her. She tried to tone it herself and it just did not work. So I looked at it, and honestly, since the light was so close to her roots, like literally she had maybe half of an inch of like her natural that you could see, I was like, honestly, what we could do is we could give you a root shade and a toner, and that's all that you're going to need to have like a really nice pretty color, because you're already pretty light. Like I don't really need to do much to your hair. I don't need it to be any lighter or anything like that. So this should be a very pretty easy transformation. So what I ended up doing on her is, of course, I actually did a root shade. So I actually did a, what shade did I use? So I actually did a 6NA for her roots, and that was from the Pravana Chromo Silk line that, like I said, I always use that pretty much for my root shades. It's very rare that I don't. So I went ahead and I did that for her roots. As for the toner, I went ahead and I used Redken EQ shades, and I used a little bit of everything. I just wanted it, because she wanted it to be a very cool ashy blonde, so I literally just put like all kinds of ash. So I put 9T, probably 8T, I put 9NA in there, I probably put 9P, 9V. I literally just put everything and anything in there. So I mixed up pretty much those 4 different colors, the NA, the V's, the T's, and I believe I put a little bit of B in there as well. And honestly, I'm gonna be 100% with you guys. I don't really measure out how much I put of each toner. I just kind of guesstimate it, and I put more of what the color I want it to be more like. But I put other tones just to mix it up and just so it doesn't look the same. I mean, no hair color is going to look identical no matter how many times you do the same formula. It's still going to look different depending on everybody's hair, you know? So I went ahead and I mixed that. So when I finally rinsed her out, I noticed that there was still a band, which was from her very warm, because I'm assuming before she lightened it, it was probably a good like 2 or 3 inches of new growth. So she did get it to be pretty light, but you could still see there was a band. So it was like her new growth band and then the 9. So I was like, well, we're gonna make this work. So I actually went ahead and I changed the root shade number, and I brought the root a little bit lower. So I went ahead and I used a mix of 6NA from the Red Kitty Q shades and a little bit of 6T from the Red Kitty Q shades, and I went ahead and mixed that together. I feel like Pravana, their colors are kind of more warm, and I definitely wanted this to be ashed the F out. So I went ahead and I did the root shade again. I was like, it'll be super fast. I'm not going to retone you. I'm just going to like drop down the root a little bit. And since the Red Kitty Q shades is that jelly consistency, it's a lot easier to do it than the cream, in my opinion. So it was really, really easy to do. And so yeah, she absolutely loved it. I love the pictures. I didn't have to use, honestly, in any of my pictures, I don't use filters, or like I don't edit those pictures at all. If I do anything to the picture, it is probably just to blur out the background, which is what I did to my after picture. It was blur out the background, but that was pretty much it. So this was a super easy transformation. Honestly, it only took me an hour to do it because I root shaded her and I toned her at the same time. Some people like to do it that way. Some people have, you know, different opinions about it, but why not, you know? So it only took me like an hour to an hour and a half to put that on there, let it sit and process, rinse it out, blow dry, and style it. So yeah, it took about an hour to an hour and a half to do the whole thing, and that is so crazy because that was like my biggest transformation, and everybody was absolutely obsessed with the outcome, and she loved it, and she even like cried and stuff. Like, it made me feel so good. I love when like people get so confident with themselves after they have had their hair done, you know? So those are pretty much all the transformations. Honestly, I hope I mentioned everything. They were pretty easy. The first one, like I said, was a full balayage. The second one was a partial, and then the third one was just the root shade and toner. So these are 3 different types of stuff. I hoped giving you guys some formulas will help you guys in the future or help you guys at work. So yeah, if you guys want to see more videos like this, then let me know down below in the comments, because these are so easy and they're so fun for me to just talk to you guys about formulations and stuff like that. And honestly, if you guys use a certain brand for your toners and root shades and stuff, let me know that down below as well, because I'm always interested to try out new products and stuff, and to see like other products and kind of venture out and stuff. So definitely let me know. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you guys can always know whenever I upload new videos. And with that being said, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.
Se preparó, se puso linda, su amiga llamaba, salió de rumba, nada le importó, porque su novio ella le